Welcome to today's Knowledge webinar, SimLab VR Collaboration for CAD designers. SimLab VR Collaboration is a very simple to use system, allowing multiple users to share an experience on desktop, VR headrests, Pico, and Quest. In this webinar, we will talk about creating VR experience and how we can share it with others. Today's webinar presenter, Ashraf Sultan, is the CEO founder of SimLab Soft since 2007. He has a master's degree in mechanical engineering and he studied at Washington State University. And now let me tell you a little bit about Noveg and where you can find SimLab products. Here's our webpage and you can select the product you want. Noveg is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, best advice, and faster service. So check us out at noveg.com. And now, without further ado, I will share Ashraf's screen so we can show you all about the latest VR collaboration with SimLab. We can see your screen.
Sounds
very
great.
well.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Okay. My name is Ashraf Sultan. I'm the CEO of SimLab Soft. I got my master's degree in mechanical engineering, focusing on VR. And since 1999, I enjoyed developing software for VR, and since then I'm doing that. Okay. We will start now talking about VR collaboration, and we will start with going from our website, telling you where to find it. VR collaboration can be found here. Just one second. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the sound is clear. Okay.
Yep.
So if we go to the collaboration, the first thing we are going to show is like number of devices. The user can be using any of these devices. The user will be able to use a PC or Mac, VR connected headset, Oculus Quest, Pico, iOS, Android. So any mix of these devices can exist in one collaboration session. So people using these devices, they can work together. And the nice thing is users will be able to start using the free edition. So if you start with the free collaboration, you'll be able to invite a person for up to 3 hours per month, and you'll be able to do collaboration sessions. Okay. To run collaboration, the only thing that you will need is the SimLab VR viewer, which you can get from here, from products. If you go to viewer, you will be able to install it on your device. And after installing this thing, you will be able to join in a collaborative session in VR. What is unique about SimLab offering is the capability of creating a VR experience. It's very easy to create a VR experience based on your CAD design. You are using these great softwares, creating your 3D models, and you want to create a nice experience about them. That's where you need, or you can use the free VR Studio to start with, and after that you get your copy from Knowledge. So you can start VR Studio, do something like File New. You can pick an environment, something to put your model in, and I'm going to pass over this quickly because now we are going to talk about collaboration. But VR experience is what you need to collaborate on, so we are going to get a very simple experience. So after we have the model, we can get our imported CAD model, so go File, Import, and you can get any of your supported file formats. You can get SolidWorks, Inventor, Solid Edge, many DWG, so almost any file format, you'll be able to get it and use it in your VR experience. In this example, I'm going to do something very simple. So I'm just going to use something here, going to Sketchfab, and let's search for something like the mouse over. Okay, we get the model, import it. This is something we can create. This is something we can complete our scene with. So we have the rover here. I'm just going to scale it down, and I'm going to put it on the table. Okay, it's a little bit small, so just scale it up. Okay, and we just place it. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple animation for this thing. So I'm just going to click on it, animation, add a round table animation, and converting this into a sequence so I can use it in my VR experience. Okay, I'll just turn off my email. Okay, so now we have a sequence, and what it's doing is basically rotating this mouse over. The next thing is I'm going to use the magic of VR Studio. I'm going to start the training builder. It's simply a no-coding system allowing you to define events and responses. So if something happens, a response is going to take place. So if somebody, for example, clicked on an object, we are going to play the sequence. Okay, so in my definition, I'm going to say if somebody clicked on the mouse over, I'm going to play the sequence we just created. So just select the sequence and do it. Now we defined our system, very simple system, and we are ready to show it in the VR viewer. We select if we want to run it on desktop, PC, VR headset, or standalone VR headset like Quest or Pico. The last point is just defining the start location of the viewer, and now we are ready to run the VR experience. This is our viewer, the free viewer, and we have the experience we just created. And if I click on the rover, it's going simply to do the animation we just defined. Okay, so at this point, I just gave you an idea of how to create a simple experience. This is something that will allow you to create for your own 3D models, something that you designed using CAD application. So the next question is, how this is going to be useful to me, how I can use this. If you go to the collaboration and check the use cases, you'll find so many ways of using this thing. You can use it in training, something like vocational, medical. If you click on medical, for example, we have different users using this from doctor-like training, nurses, machines. If you are designing medical machines, room design, it can be used in education. In our case, for example, we can focus on product review, mechanical CAD. This is something that was created using a CAD software, and after that, a VR experience was created around it. And in this session, we are going to learn how to share this with others, how to run the VR experience, allowing other people to join us. Okay, so many different cases, and we hope you can add more and you can show us what you are doing with the VR experience creation and with collaboration. So in the next part, I'm going to start the VR viewer, and we will run a collaboration session, so you'll learn how to invite people and how to work with them in VR collaboration. Okay, I'm going back to my VR viewer, and I'm going simply to sign in. After I sign in, I will be able to see the models that I have. And in addition to the models that I created before, I will be able to see SimLab models. These are demos that you can use just to explore VR collaboration, to see what the software is capable of. So in this case, I'm just going to go to SimLab models and pick one of the experiences. I'm going to pick the collaboration experience, and I'm going to invite people to share the experience with me. In this case, I'm going to use number one, invite people. So I can add people to my contacts. Just if I click add contact, I can add by email. I can add any number of people. So and I can organize them in groups. So I can have multiple groups, each group including number of people. So instead of inviting each one individually in the future, and I can invite a group. Okay, so I have my contacts and I'm ready for starting a collaboration. So method number one is using contacts. Just simply click the model that you want to share and click on invite. This is my list of people. I'm going to invite Samia, who is helping me today. Okay, on her screen, what's going to happen is she will receive an invitation accepting to join. As soon as she did that, I'll get the confirmation that she's downloading, and the server will be arranging itself, making sure everything is ready. There's another way of inviting people to the collaboration. This way is by using an invitation link. If I click on that, I have this link. It's something very simple like Zoom or Skype or anything like you invite people to. I just copy this link, and when I copy the link, I'm ready to share it using my email or Outlook, Slack, WhatsApp, anything like that. So I just copied this thing and I'm going to place it in my Slack account. I'll just pass it quickly. Okay. So if anybody gets this link, he will be able to join us in the meeting. I'll just show a quick demo. Just opening Slack from another machine and just clicking on start, get the invitation. This invitation is already supported on Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, so it becomes very easy to invite people to your meeting, even if you don't know their emails. Like you define the meeting and you just open it. And now I'm using at this point an Android phone, and as I said, I can use any of these devices, and it's just reading and it's ready. So now we can have more and more people, but let's start the session now just by clicking start. Okay. Okay. So we started. At this point, I have Samia, and I can use on the phone. I have the other user, and of course, that's me seeing my screen and working in the scene. As an admin, I can give people the ability to interact. So I'm just going to enable interaction in the scene, clicking on the world. So as I said, at this point, while doing the demo, I'm using my PC. I have another device that I can use. So the other user is moving now using the phone, and Samia is using another PC. So you can have a mix of the devices for collaboration. We can start with something like, we can do so many things. The VR creation capability, what makes this thing unique. You can create anything you want easily using the VR Studio. So I just opened a video, for example, and I can play it for many people. They can watch like what I'm doing. Another thing that I can do is like, for example, the music instrument. I'm just going to interact with the hand and grab it. Okay. It can be used for VR training. This is like for vocational training, can be built with steps telling me what to do. Like in the first step, I have to take screws out. Then it moves to the next step and next step and teaches people. And we have vocational schools using this at this point. It can be used for example, showing visual options. One of the designs that was designed by CAD is this chair. If I click on this thing, I'll be able to show users like options for this design, like the back seat, these other options, and I can do some animations. I can show material colors. Okay, so this is like our first experience, and we've seen something. After that, if you want to change it, what we do is the following. We go back to home. So we are back to the lobby. As you can see, I see these people and I can enable like chatting, but at this point I'm not using it. I'm using the webinar facility, but I can do chatting here. I can have even written chat, and now I can change the scene. So let's pick this one and just click change scene. What is happening now is server is allocated very quickly. I don't have to do anything. It becomes ready, it reads the scene, and other people will be able to just read the scene and be ready. So now we know the server is ready. I get its status, and as soon as others are ready, we will be able to run the experience. Okay, so Sami is ready. And in few seconds, we all will be ready and we'll be able to run this experience together. As I said, I'm using different devices and still using the mix. If somebody wants to go out, you can just ask them to leave, so you can reduce the number of users, or between changing, like while changing the model, you can invite more people and ask more people to join using the link. So when we are all ready, we can just go and start another collaboration session, and as done before, giving them the ability to interact with the scene, because as an admin, maybe you don't want them to do that. You want to tell them like what to do at the beginning, and after that they will be able to interact with the scene. So in this example, for example, we can check the wood options. So these are the wood options for this kitchen. We can change material also. We can see different configurations. Like we don't want to see the whole kitchen, we just want to see a part of it. Okay. We can interact with the kitchen, like opening something to see the space. We can click to interact. We can change the color of the walls, experiment with something new. And if we get closer, for example, we can check our option. If we want to have a cabinet or drawers, so we can change this based on our selection. This experience can be created in 2 hours using VR Studio. So basically, the main thing in the experience is the CAD model. The thing that we are talking, that's why we are talking to CAD designers, being able to create this VR experience based on their own creation. So if they have a model and they want to sell it, they want to train people how to use it, if they want to show options, get feedback on how good it is, collaboration becomes very, very interesting. You'll be able to collaborate with many people, show them what you have, train them, teach them, and they will learn and enjoy at the same time. So this is like what we can do with VR collaboration. Okay. This is what I wanted to cover at this point. It's very easy. I talked basically about collaboration, why it's useful. You can go and check the use cases. You will find something interesting. Even we have something like some people using this in law and court, like trying to create something just to convince lawyers, the judge, for example, something like that. You can use it in so many different cases. You are basically controlled by your imagination. This is like the dominant factor. You can start with your CAD and you can create the VR experience using VR Studio. And after that, you can just use the VR viewer to collaborate with as many people as you want. This is my simple presentation. And if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer.
Thank you, Ashraf. We'll be here waiting for the questions that might come or not. This is the best time, and you have the man himself, uh, the best, person to explain you everything if you have questions. I just am surprised out the many applications that the VR collaboration has. I mean, it's amazing. Thanks for giving us all these examples. That's wonderful.
The idea here is like what we try to build is like a complete VR platform, because we understand like the first difficulty is creating the VR experience. That's why we have the VR studio. It makes the VR experience creation very easy. But we also added this simple cloud interface. You don't really see it. You can just invite people. It uploads the model. It makes everything, of course, done very safely, and makes it effortless. So you can invite people and you can interact with them. And having this capability being open for people, so it's not like a defined world. It's our world that we create. So you can create based on your CAD model anything you want. And the full platform should be very easy to like. It should be, other people should not learn it. If they have to learn it, maybe they will not join. That's why we try to make every step very easy.
Yeah, it did really look very easy. I mean, as easy as joining Zoom. So, and I think we're all very experienced with that after the last couple of years. So I
Yeah.
think we all been trained. So, yeah, it's very intuitive. Thank you so much. And no, we don't have questions, but I urge you to check it out. It really is as easy as Ashraf showed us. So I want to show you again my screen for a second. If we're still open for questions, but in the meantime, I want to show you where you can find VR products on noveg.com, and remind everybody that Noveg is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, because you can find multiple solutions on one platform. You can call us, we can give you advice, and when you need something quick and in an efficient way, we are the best. So give us a call and check out SimLab VR Studio and the other SimLab solution. And I want also to remind you that this session is being recorded and will be placed on our YouTube channel. Just search for Noveg. Thank you so much, Ashraf. That was great. Looking forward to more presentation, and have
Thank
a
you
great
for the
rest of the
opportunity. Thank you so
day.
much.
Bye bye, everybody.